Welcome back to Paradise Killer. We found the secrets of the cosmos. And it's just a specific set of glyphs. I think I actually am short something. The first time I found the glyphs, I was teleported to the depths of space. It said, you want to fast travel to the depths of space? And I was like, yeah, sure. Oh, maybe I have to press the button first. There it is. So we're about to go to the depths of space. Woohoo! This is showing me a code. The symbols are snake, scholar, bull, bird. All right, we're back. We're back in deep space. Can you remember the code? Now this would not have worked before. We couldn't have activated these in the right order even if we wanted to. I don't know if that even counts as a scholar. Here we go. So that opens up this grate over here, and we can go through these big pink arches that tell us there's important clues ahead. What lies on the other side? A pink door. So this is the scene of the crime. Through here is the final death that awaited everybody. Starlight can take a look at the blood lot for the third seal. The blood lot coded to council blood. To get through this, you have to have the blood of one of the council members in you. So there's a lot of things that could mean. It could mean that you're related to them. It could mean that you're swallowing their blood. It could mean that you're carrying their blood vials. All of the council. This lock has hardly been used since the start of the island. There's only a few instances of logins over the centuries. Every time the lock has been opened, it's been as a group. The entire council, no exceptions, except recently. There are two anomalies here. There's an unknown blood sample that logged in last night after all of the council had entered meditation. Unknown blood. Ooh. Unknown blood means that it's not really part of the council, but it's related to the council closely enough that it counted.
Like this.
I wonder who that could be. Well, it could theoretically be our red herring. Aiz Kiwami might have been on the council, and he was Red Herring's father. I can't remember whether Aiz was on the council or not, but he's been dead for 10 years. You think they would have deactivated his blood by now.
That's weird.
Yep, Henry, Red Herring. Yep. Why didn't they disable it 10 years ago? He's been dead for a decade. Well, whatever. Kafka memory. What was he doing here without the rest of the council? The blood chiller Sam had in his hidden distillery had a blood sample bottle with the letter K in it. So the idea here is that Sam has some council blood, and Kafka memory is not in this game. He moved on to the other island a long time ago. So, his blood can be used if he's not around. So basically we just went through and found a whole bunch of ways that this bloodlock could be opened and who opened it. We have an unknown person, we've got Red Herring, and we've got someone who isn't even on the island at the time of the crime. So that means we've got Red Herring and two other intruders. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
What the hell? The investigator is here.
The fourth holy seal, what is it? To deactivate the whole fourth holy seal barrier, please become godlike.
That's...
Please present godliness to the bioscanner.
What the hell?
The fourth holy seal is toast. Whatever happened last night did a number on it. Godlike? How did someone become godlike? There is a god, I could ask. Oh, okay. See, the first time I got here, I was already godlike. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just walk through. But it looks like the seal got broken completely, just completely fried. So you can go through even if you aren't godlike. That's kind of interesting. What that means is that the third and fourth holy seals are just plot dumps. They're not actual puzzles to solve. They're just places to get information. That's interesting. I don't know if I would have done it that way, because having just 2 plot dumps and then having a third plot dump directly behind it, a little too dense for me. I would have probably made it so that you had to become godlike to get through here. Maybe they did, and they found out that very few people actually made it, because you need to have all 4 hacking tools. That's why I put off becoming godlike. I didn't want to be able to get through this, but I can. Oh well. This blood trail leads away from the council penthouse. Whose blood is it? No match to any council members that were in here last night. There is a trace of Ai's Kiwami's blood. He took his own life years ago, though. It doesn't match Henry's blood. So that means Ai's Kiwami had 2 kids. Or maybe, like, his grandfather or something. Probably 2 kids. One of which was Henry, and the other one of which was also here. So all of Ai's Kiwami's kids showed up here at the council murder. Why does the blood just end at the wall? The wall is normal, no sign of a secret entrance or anything. This just gets weirder. Does that wall look normal to you, everybody? You think that looks normal? The only wall that you can't actually see the background behind? You think that's normal? Doesn't reek of secrets? At last, the murder scene! Oh, gruesome! Horrible! Pink petals! Ugh. Does this put Yuri at the scene? He wears a hat with pink petals. This is something that I would not have gotten unless she said it. Because Yuri is atrociously dressed, and I wasn't thinking that his hat was made out of real flowers. I was thinking he was just really, really gauche and wearing like plastic flowers or some shit. So I wouldn't have ever thought that, think that, you know, if I saw pink petals, I would be like, what's up with this? So it's a good thing that they told us it was Yuri. I have a feeling they probably tested that, probably asked some folks, and they were like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, we better just say it. It was Yuri. We also know Yuri got here through the second gate because he activated the same glyphs we activated. So Yuri has definitely been here. Not that he'll admit it, of course. Man, look at all this gore. Did Doom Marine come in through here? Counselor Leon Disaster. Cause of death appears to be a blade taking off the front of his scalp, slicing through his brain. Oh, may the silent goat walk with you. Everyone has been sliced up with a blade. The lacerations are all clean, meaning that it wasn't the same blade that killed the warriors at the front entrance, the first Holy Seal, the 2 dudes. The 2 dudes were killed entirely separately from whatever happened here.
Sure. I have a bad feeling about this.
They don't have any skin cells under their fingers. They were killed before they knew what was happening. The cuts match the blade Henry was allegedly found with and took from Akiko. That's an interesting thing to say because it's true, but it's extremely misleading. It doesn't specifically match that blade. It just matches the fact that that blade could have caused these cuts. The helmets the council used to traverse the second seal. Well, let's go through and methodically. Counselor Mackin Origin. Cause of death is a slash across the throat. May the silent goat walk with you. Oh, that's just a glint of light. I thought it was Leader Montserrat. That is the big head honcho. Cause of death is a sliced windpipe and artery. There's a gun. There's a strange pendant around his neck. May the silent goat walk with you. So both of those things are important. The gun is important because he actually shot some folks. He killed someone and he wounded someone else. The pendant is important because it is a sign of his godliness. It contains the key to the fourth holy seal. We can't take it because there's no reason for us to need to pass through the fourth holy seal using it. The fourth holy seal is kaput, so we don't need any sort of symbol of godliness. Counselor Fine Stranger. Cause of death is nearly being decapitated by a cut across the throat. Most of these folks were killed by cuts across the throat. Most of these folks were also wearing masks. I guess I didn't want to design another 10 really cool characters that were just dead. Counselor Pandora 2. Oh, this character was gutted rather than cut across the throat. May the silent goat walk with you. Lunatic Pope. Missing several fingers. Cause of death is a deep horizontal cut through his head. May the silent goat walk with you. Yeah, someone came through here with some kind of sharp stuff and just gutted everybody. Oh, Kafka Memory was around. I thought he'd left. I thought he died. Either way, it wasn't him that was using his blood vial.
Sure.
There's a strange blood spray here. It doesn't match any of the council members. The spray is from a bullet exiting the body.
I have a
The bullet is lodged in the wall. It's a Fukata round. There's a gun lying next to Leader Montserrat. It's been fired twice. It's an old weapon that uses Fukata rounds. The blood sample isn't in the database, but there's a hit on some of the DNA. This blood has Carmelina's DNA. It's not her blood, but it could be her offspring. Did she have a child? I won't be able to ask her that because the game isn't allowed to branch. So, we've just learned something a little bit weird. Two of Aiz Kiwami's kids showed up here. And one of Carmelina's kids showed up here. That's either 3 kids, or for some reason we can know that one of those kids is Aiz and Carmelina's kid. But if one of the kids is from Aiz and Carmelina, why could we only detect Aiz out here and Carmelina in here? Why would their blood be different? It's a clumsy way to present it. They didn't want to just come out and say that Aiz and Carmelina had a kid together, but the way that they presented it really implies that there were 2 separate kids, one from Aiz, one from Carmelina, bringing the total up to 3 kids. And that's just not the case. Sorry if that's a little bit hard to understand. I'm kind of talking about something without trying to reveal too much, but the point is that Aiz Kiwami and Carmelina had a kid together, and that kid was here. This is his blood, or her blood, their blood. How come we could only detect Aiz Kiwami's blood signature from this splash, and only Carmelina's blood from this splash? They're from the same person. It's the same blood. We should be able to see the same results from both. And the fact that we can't really distracted me the first time I played through this game, because I was looking for a third kid, and there's not a third kid. There's just a really clumsy blood splatter. Now, I've been walking around it. Did you notice it while I was walking around? The giant demon on the floor over here? Just kind of hanging out, grooving in the corner there. Grooving in the middle there. This guy's in the corner, though. Gabriella Devotion. A deep laceration through the abdomen. Well, let's see what this demon has to say for himself. I didn't expect to find a dead killer demon inside the council's penthouse. It's been shot in the head. The bullet is stuck in the skull. It's a Fukata round, a high-powered bullet. There's a gun lying next to Leader Montserrat. So first, Leader Montserrat shot this demon through the skull. And then a moment later, he shot somebody's kid, Carmelina's kid. There are hellish claws on his arms, like knives. They're perfect as well. The claws are covered in blood. Starlight can run the blood.
Sure.
Several council members. The council were all killed with perfect blades. This thing's claws could have done it. What the hell is this thing doing here? Does this have anything to do with Henry? He let the demons onto the island.
Got it.
Shinji is on the island, so the marshals definitely didn't catch them all. If the marshals missed Shinji, did they miss this killer demon too? This crate is bizarre. It looks like it was hidden in this chest.
Strange.
Did someone bring it in here and hide it as a trap? It looks like the containment crate burst open, smashing open the chest. Now, if you are not paying real close attention to this entire series, you may not know where this thing came from. But we've already discovered that Witness to the End has a little demon lab in the dead zone. And this came from the demon lab. We also know that the person who brought it here was mostly Lydia Daybreak, because it was her car. She pulled up to the roof, she came down, she rappelled down, brought it in through the back, and ducked around the guards at the front. You know, the first seal, just kind of bypassed them. Got through the second seal using something that she stole from K-Hex, and she brought this as far as she could, but she couldn't have got it through the third and fourth seals. Either way, we know why it's here. We just don't know who brought it through the final two seals.
Got it.
If you could get a killer demon in here and find a way to release it at the right time, it could make a hands-free murder weapon. So we know that they brought it here, but we don't know how they released it at the right time. That's going to be something we're going to have to investigate. But we also know that this dead killer demon probably isn't the only thing on the site that did damage, because Leader Montserrat wouldn't have shot a random kid just for kicks. And Leader Montserrat wouldn't have died if he managed to kill the demon and, you know, that was it. So clearly there is another murderer, or someone that is at least Leader Montserrat thinks is a murderer, running around. There are a number of restraints inside. The restraints have sacred wards on them. Is this where the killer demon came from? The claw marks match. If the killer demon came from this crate, it didn't kill the marshals downstairs. If the killer demon got here via this containment crate, it means it didn't go through the holy seals. Someone brought it through the seals and left it here. She means that the killer demon didn't, like, walk up to the holy seals and sashay through on its own two legs. She means that it was brought in through the crate. It still passed through the holy seals. It was just inside a box at the time. Were they assuming no one would get to the crime scene afterwards? The crate leaves a trail of evidence. Did it matter, though? Is the presence of the killer demon enough to complete the plan, or did they assume that the seals would never be opened again? What's going on? I think they assumed I wouldn't be on the island investigating. Bad call. Starlight is detecting dead zone residue from the crate. It comes from Witness to the End's dead zone lab, so that would make sense. Yep. Since you've already found the dead zone lab, I've already found it, we've already found it, she makes that connection for you. There's a remote receiver on the lock, so someone remotely activated it, and that's going to be a clue we're going to have to find. We have to figure out who remotely activated it and how. Alright, so let's go over the way that the demon got in. Witness to the End put it in a box in his demonology lab. He then hired Lydia Daybreak to bring it through the first two wards. We know that Sam Daybreak probably brought it through the third ward, because Sam Daybreak had a vial with a K on it, a blood vial with a K on it, and someone's name who starts with a K, their blood opened the third gate. So that means that probably Sam Daybreak brought this thing through the third and the fourth. But how did it get through the fourth? The fourth requires godliness. Is Sam a god in disguise? Maybe not. But the bigger question here is not how this random demon got in here, but why the heck were so many of Ais Kiwami's kids running around in here? What was going on with that? What about the one that was shot and then phased through a wall? Whew. So many questions. Now, I'm posing those questions because I've actually, played the game before, but I'm not actually sure how clear it is if this is your first time through. You have to tell me if you've played the game and went in here and, had a fun time discovering all this stuff. You'll have to tell me what you thought of the crime scene and whether or not your instincts are the same as mine. Because my instincts was that there were 3 kids and 1 deadly demon. Here we are, back in the council building. Same as before. Exciting stuff. That's going to be it for today. That's plenty, I think. It's a good long 20-minute episode, but we couldn't split the crime scene in half, could we? That would have been cruel and unusual. So what are we going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow, we are going to maybe talk to Carmelina some more. We'll see.